It is Soapbox, and since it's a Yunan position, we won't be having cross questioning time. So just a general instructions. So you will have 7 minutes to present, and no more second will be given. Then we can directly go to the easy questioning, and then we can go to spirits. And if time permits, we can go to audience as well as SECC questions. Right? I congratulate you, and sort of wish you best of luck. So you can start your presentation over there.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Siddharth Chauhan, and I'm from Chemical Engineering Department, and I've converted to interdisciplinary degree in data science. And today, I present myself here with my credentials and experience to contest for the post of Academic Affairs Secretary. My vision is to elevate placements and internships, experiences, foster resilient structures and open conversation so that I can bridge the gap between students and admin, empower students by prioritizing student needs and feedbacks in all academic decisions, and enhance academic resources and support system to promote student development and career readiness. And I have structured my initiatives in 4 subparts. The first one is academics. The very first point of academics is the introduction of a new IEEE, mathematics and computing. That is the need of the future. My next initiative is creating a centralized digital library with elective details. Still a lot of juniors, first year, second year batch people, they still ask for which elective is good, what is the feedback, what is the grading policy. So I want to compile everything on the very, we can say, compiled everything together. Then expanding the library offerings. I want to diversify the genre of the books that are currently in the central library. Launching research clubs. From this, I want to foster the research experience among department students. Then comes the placement and internship. ORM system, which is basically outreach and relations management. That will enhance the outreach of the recruiters. DAMP mentorship, which is Department Academic Mentorship Program. Here, the people who will recently graduate will mentor the placements and internship students in their placement and internship process. Then comes the Google Calendar integration. When we move towards October, students will be having a lot of tests. To help them in it, we'll be giving reminders for the tests and PPTs. Then comes the core placement supports. We'll provide structured resources, guidance, and core mock tests. Then comes SDC and clubs. SDC is Skill Development Club, cell. Points with academics. This PPT is absurd. Okay. The higher studies. For higher studies, we are aiming to make a guidebook for the apping process and the timeline thing, basically which college is opening application at what time, so that students can get help. Then structuring preparation through CDC platform. Then Insta podcast. This is kind of an informal initiative. Basically, we have observed when we conduct sessions or target any audience, a lot of people won't appear for the session. So to tackle this, we have come up with this initiative. This will be one-on-one conversation podcast on the Spotify. It can be regarding anything academics, PNI, and uplifting the no-code club. Basically, I want to empower the building culture in the IITM. Then comes the collaborations part. The very first initiative is about the IITM-based research internships. We have a lot of organizations in IITM such as RBC, DSAI, WSAI. In C5, we have labs of Walmart, FedEx. So basically, I want to streamline the internship process of those companies for our students. Then comes the PACT series, which is Professional Advancement Career Talk series, which will happen with the help of alumni. And then leveraging alumni meetups to increase the number of placements and internships. Then comes other points like domain-specific preparation. So I'm focusing on profile-specific mock interviews. Then comes the fees reduction for students. I'm aiming to reduce the fees for placements and internships from 2,200 to 1,600. Then comes the minor seat allocation part. When we do a minor, we have to complete 4 to 5 courses. But in case we have done 2-3 courses and we are about to in our 7th and 8th semester, so if will not be allotted those minor courses, will not be able to claim minor. So for minor people, preference will be given in seat allocation. Then comes my credentials. I was IEEE Core Placement Internship 2024-25. I was AAS Executive Committee Head. I was Technical Affairs Secretary, Jamuna Hostel. Mentor, Academic Mentorship Cell. IEEE Coordinator, PNI Team. Super Coordinator, Sati. Coordinator, Envisage, which is in CFI and Shastra. Then comes Coordinator, Publicity and Hospitality, Sarang Team. And thank you.
Now we move on with the easy questioning, and around 40 minutes of time will be given for easy questioning and 15 minutes around for spearheads. Mike.
Okay, so we'll start. So I and Akash will be going through each of your manifesto points, and wherever we have questions, we'll ask. So firstly, if I'm having a look at your manifesto, let's come to your credentials aspect. I don't understand how Super Coordinator Sathi, Mentor Sathi, Coordinator Envisage, CFI, Shastra, Publi and Sarang Publi and Hospitality are credentials for a post like Academic Affairs Secretary.
Yeah, like for student representative, you have to have views of different kind of people. For that, I've been in various teams. That's why I wanted to mention all those teams. And I know that those credentials are not very much related to the academic affairs, but that's why I have mentioned those even the super coordinator head level post at the bottom.
Okay, fine. Next thing which I want to point out in your manifesto is that I can see there are a lot of recurring points. I list them down. IEEE Mathematics and Computing was there in my manifesto. Comprehensive collection for elective selection was there in my manifesto. Development beyond academics is something which was a collaboration between I and Akash. Then ORM has been a manifesto point since multiple years. DAMP has been a manifesto point in like my manifesto and Ram Kamal's manifesto. Empowering core placement was my manifesto point. PACT series is something which is an operational point which has already been started and it's happening. And it's not a new initiative. Leveraging alumni meetups. Again, INDR and the IPR team has been coordinating doing it. So this is also not a new point. Domain specific preparation. Again, it is something which is operationally already there. Nothing new which you are doing. Minor seat, Mevit's manifesto point. Fees reduction for students. I and Mevit both had the same thing in our manifestos. Then beyond undergraduate. Again, it was Ram Kamal's manifesto point. Structuring preparation.
Like, can we go point wise, like, so that we can discuss?
I am just pointing out almost all of your manifesto points are somewhat derived from either me or Mevit or Ram Kamal. So yeah. I, to be honest, don't see anything new you doing in your like manifesto other than probably Insti Fund Days and Google Calendar integration and department research cell, which also started under me. But okay, other than that, I don't see anything new.
Yeah, the reason is like in just a span of 1 year, like student issues can't change very drastically. So when I take fund days and when I talk to the people, so basically I have curated the points such that their issues are addressed.
No, that is fine, but there must be a reason. No, these points haven't been able to do over the past 2-3 years.
But those points have not been implemented.
Yeah.
But those points have not been implemented. If you go for minor seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like, if you wanted me to go point wise or something like.
No, just tell me why is there a lack of new initiatives in your manifesto?
Because student issues doesn't change drastically. That is the first point.
And?
Apart from it, when I take fund days, when I talk to the people, their views, their issues, whatever was going on in the sphere, that thing will definitely project from my manifesto.
Can you explain about your Insti Fund Days point?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm seeing your feasibility report. I can't see like who will give the fund days and like what is it about?
See, the history fund is kind of a non-formal like event. So whenever we target people, it can be regarding anything. For example, we are calling people for like profile-wise fund days. Let's take an example. Okay, so through Insta Fund days, it can be one-on-one podcast. But if we call people in a particular session, then from the targeted audience, a very small fraction of people come. So basically, it's like our information, our efforts doesn't reflect to the whole electorate or whatever you say. Through Insta Fund days, we'll be having this thing on Spotify. It will be one-on-one conversation, or it will be similar to podcast.
Who will be doing it? Who will be?
Me and AS executive team.
Like you will be giving fund days.
No. We'll invite people.
Who will be the people?
It can be anyone, like from our institute, any person. Like, if we wanted to talk about academics, then any person who is doing good at academics. If we wanted to like bring a particular software type person, then we can, from the placement team, we can ask like this particular person has excelled in this sphere, in this particular profile. So we can call that person.
Don't you think it's like we already like many of the secretaries tried to do it, but we couldn't do it? Why do you think it was not possible?
The podcast
Once
thing.
again, I request the spirits to maintain decorum.
Already podcast.
Spirits.
That's what they're already.
I
there's already
request
a
you to
podcast
maintain the
and-
decorum. Wait, your time will be given.
Don't you think officially these things are already happening and some like kind of podcasts are not like feasible? Is what I think, and it's already happening. Is what your team is telling. What do you think?
See, this podcast thing was happening around the last podcast happened at 2024, like around March something. I liked that point, and I wanted to carry on that point from the academic sphere point of view.
So you told you wanted to make an unofficial podcast, which is already happening. You want to
See,
make it-
that thing is not functional right now.
Okay. Which team is handling that?
The T5E, I think.
Okay.
Okay, it's on Spotify. I'm not sure about the which team is specifically handling, but it's the T5E according to me. Like.
You guys have any?
Okay. Until then, I have one question for you. What is your opinion on IIT Madras staying in the AIPC? Because as we are in the AIPC, we have to keep ourselves restricted to starting placement from December 1st.
There are two aspects of this question. One is like in general circumstances. In general circumstances, like when companies come here and we are a part of AIPC, the offer revoking part and if we'll not be part of AIPC, then companies and we can't be on the same page for longer time. And on the other hand, the other perspective was, since from the last 2 years we are getting this cyclone alert during our placements. So being in AIPC will be not easy for us to conduct placements earlier. Suppose similar to what happened this time. This time we were getting alerts for the day one. On day one cyclone will hit. So similar to this situation, we'll not be able to conduct it earlier.
No, I am just saying, you don't start placement at December 1st. You make it a rolling process. You make phase 1 a rolling process. You start from October second week. As companies are coming, you keep their tests and keep their interviews simultaneously. I don't think our day 0 firms will have any problem in coming earlier.
See, October will be too early, and if you'll go to November, it will
Keep
be
it November
exams.
then. Keep it
Exams.
Huh?
Exams will be there in November.
Exams, as in?
Semester exams.
So don't you think that we'll be able to get more offers this way?
See, if it will be comparatively, if we compare this thing with other IITs, if we'll do this thing in October, then a lot of companies will hire parallelly from all the IITs. So they will be reluctant to come in October. but if it will be like 5 days earlier, 2 days earlier, then it can be a benefit of us. Like we'll be having more offers in that case.
What is the feasibility which you have taken for IEEE MNC point?
I have for the point of IEEE MNC, I have taken feasibility from the Dean of Academic Courses.
What did he say?
He told me that regarding this, like they have been planning to like bring more professors in the mathematics department. So this MNC part will be the course curriculum, and the course design part will be done by the mathematics HOD.
Okay, what is the procedure for introducing a new IEEE then?
See, for introducing a new IEEE, first of all, I have to keep Dean Academics in loop. Then I have to talk to the mathematics department HOD. Then the course, I have to design the course curriculum. Then present this thing in the BAC. Then taking it up to the Senate.
And where do you think, what is your role in this?
My part will be like taking the initiative of bringing this with the help of AS Executive Committee team. I'll be in contact with the mathematics department HOD. Whatever help from the AS side he'll need. Basically, my involvement will be like to bring out the student opinions also everywhere. Like.
Okay, like similar question on this line. So you are planning to involve the AS Executive Committee in a much more, in a much better manner, if I can say. But why do you think it's the case that previously AS Executive Committee hasn't functioned in that manner? Like SGS Executive Committee is a much more established and a much better working structure, but AS Executive Committee does not have that. So how do you plan to improve the current scenario?
See, the first question was the reason, like what I felt at this time, like both the team members were from the P&I team, and at the time when placements are happening, they were not having that much bandwidth. Still, we managed to complete two. Like we have been told to complete three major complete the three major manifesto points, and out of it, two are already done. So in this upcoming semester, we are planning to complete the A-Gate document.
Okay, fine. And considering you are contesting for this post, and it is very important for you to take fund days from all of the existing course. Can you tell among all of the courses which are sitting here, who have you not taken any fund days from?
Yeah, there are two or three. There are several courses whom I was not able to take fund days.
Why didn't you take fund days from all of the IPR course?
Out of the IPR course, I've taken fund days from the two courses out of 4. And the reason could be like...
my question. The Soapbox has come, you have submitted a manifesto. Why aren't your fund days complete yet?
See, basically, it was like time issues whenever I have...
You don't say time issues. People here are contesting with opponents and they have completed fund days.
But that,
timeline is never an issue. I also contested. I took fund days from everyone.
Yeah. The reason is like we all, like the other two and me, like together didn't come on the same page of like the proper time, and like we can come on this time.
Yeah, that
and one was like one of them was not replying to my messages and calls.
I mean, okay, fine. That can be one case, but we as EC members, we were also candidates, and at like one point of time, I think all of us face that issue, that some people don't respond and there are issues in managing time. But I think that is one of the important aspects of becoming a secretary, right? If you're not able to manage your time right now, how can I assume that you will be able to manage your time once you become a secretary?
See, yeah, I totally agree. Like, but when people think that no one is there against you, like they are reluctant to give fund days.
Okay, so you are saying that the IPR course were reluctant to give fund days to you?
Yeah, the two are remaining.
No, I
can still show messages. I can still show messages and phone calls that I tried from my side.
Okay, so if you're saying they were reluctant, then it's fine. But I'll check with them.
I can show my call history and messages.
Yeah, I mean like.
Fine. So yeah, one of your major point which I liked was the reduction in fees for internships and placement. Can you explain how will you reduce it, and do you think it is possible?
Yeah, it's totally possible. Whatever numbers I have taken, have been taken from the feasibility of the current academic affairs secretary. So let's go by this way. We'll first discuss this year. What was the scenario this year? So this year, around 1,400 students set for interns, and around 2,200 set for placements. So in total, 3,600 are the students, and from which we have taken the fees of 2,200 per person. So that revenue is around 79.2 lakh. And apart from it, the company registration fees, so the CPC income from it is around 15 lakh this year, and the total inflow is around 94 to 95 lakhs. You can see it in my feasibility report also. Okay, and when talking about the expenditure, it's expenses are in general P&I activities. It is 85 lakhs, and for CDC, ESL, and employee salaries, it is collectively 10 plus 13 plus 50. In total, the expenditure is around 150 lakhs. Now let's go towards the income side. From the income sides, from the admin contribution, this is 2,000 to 5,500. This is basically the CFC, the career registration charges that we have taken from the 24 batch. So that amount sums up to 110 lakhs. And then adding up to student fee revenue, that comes up to 79 to 80 lakhs.
Fine. So I just wanted to ask, currently, are you in profit loss, or is it break even currently?
Currently, our income is better. Income is very, currently the gap between the income and the expenditure is very large.
Large. Yes. Okay. So you want to reduce it, and finally you want to make
reduce the fees from the student side.
Cool.
The placement internship fees.
Don't you think you won't you will get any backlash from admin or something?
I've talked to admin regarding this. Basically the amount, they're ready to reduce, but the amount is still how much should we reduce?
Regarding packed series, so you will know that INDR secretary also has a series under him called as LLS. So don't you think packed series is redundant, and shouldn't it be clubbed with LLS as a joint initiative under ACR office and CPC office?
IR also conducts these kind of sessions. They call it LLS, leadership lecture series. But I have observed from previous 2-3 years, the number of people who attended those LLS are very less. My plan from this is professional advancement career talk series, basically to bring the alumni. It will be very similar to LLS and in collaboration with ACR office. So the point is we'll be conducting these sessions during the odd semester, so that these things can help our placement students also. On the same hand, those LLS people, the ACR office can get placements, because this year we implemented credit policy and we were giving incentive points for the people who are attending the sessions that we conduct.
Alright, hi. My question is around department research cell. So you said that there will be structured research opportunities that you will be curating with the help of DL and professor. So I have two questions. A, where do you plan to get funds for the individual department research clubs? And B, how is it going to be different from what what RAS and RLs do in their own department for PhD community?
Answering your second question first, basically from this I want to foster the undergraduate research part.
So what is the structured research opportunity? Can you explain that structure?
Okay, so by structure I mean from every department, I am with the help of a DL, I am planning to bring out the ideas from the students, research ideas, research projects from the students, then structurize it according to under the umbrella of AS to DLs, and then department research clubs. Very similar to BRC has this, but there were issues with BRC this is the only club. Why should we have, or should we generalize this? So this is on that regard, structurizing those. And regarding the funds, I've talked to Dean Academic Courses. Regarding the funds, for example, For example, let's take an example in chemical engineering. If student comes up with an initiative, with an idea in the energy sector, and that energy sector, and then HOD approves it, then that HOD will connect that group of person to the people or like professor who is working in that particular sector, energy sector, and that the fund will come through the professors.
Fund will come from the professors. So you are actually, what you are doing is you are identifying what professor has vacancy in the current research project that they are doing, and from the grant that they give, you are planning to hire interns. Professors will hire interns.
Yeah.
So what is your initiative in that?
My plan is to like structurize everything. There is a
reason why this did not work out in HS very particularly, because the UG, they are not because they are not full-time researcher. So they lack that research acumen which are required to fulfill that grant-oriented research work. That is why there's a lot of skepticism revolving around professors hiring interns from the UG department for their grant projects. Okay, but my question is still remain: what is the structured research opportunity? I don't want the structure of the club. I want the structure. What do you mean by structured research opportunities?
See, by structured I mean I wanted to do this for every department, getting it structured for every department, not just a particular department. Second thing is after structuring it, it will be easy to like get funds. Easy in the I think you asked about like whether they will be motivated or like they're not motivated. Regarding what you said about.
My question is not why structuring is required. My question is, what do you mean by structured research opportunities? Not why. Why? Correct. Good initiative. What is it?
See, by structured research, I mean by students will come up with the ideas or like whatever initiative or research idea they have. From that idea, just like very small thing idea, from idea to doing project under a professor with the budget, I wanted to like structure that thing. And
so the budget will come from department or budget will come from the individual professors?
Individual professors.
Why is the feasibility not mentioned about individual professors? Which professor have you talked to? The feasibility only mentions DL and Dean.
Regarding this, I have talked to Dean Academic Courses. The point was, I gave an example of a research idea in energy sector. So regarding this energy sector, students will come to the HOD with the help of DL. That HOD will approve whether these students are enough motivated to continue this. If they wanted to continue, they will let them connect with a professor from any department who is working in the energy sector.
Again, in feasibility, where is it taken from? Your feasibility does not mention about any. This is one example, hypothetical example. I'm talking about where is the feasibility from professors, from HODs of the department, from.
See, regarding this, I've taken feasibilities from several DLs, several upcoming DLs, and Dean Academic Courses. And
will the money be given by DL, or will the money be given by Dean AC? If not, then why feasibility?
And the department HOD.
It's not mentioned. Department HODs are not mentioned.
Regarding this, I personally talked to my department HOD.
Okay.
Like there was a session recently held.
Okay, fine. We'll move on to. Yeah. So what is your opinion on this year's intra-team disputes? I'll give you an example. Let's suppose there are two teams which have due to some reason they are saying that they are unwilling to work with each other because of some reason, and each of them is saying that they won't function unless the decision comes in their favor. So what will you do as a secretary at that time? And I am considering all teams here, not just UG, MTech and MS PhD. Disputes have happened between any combination of teams.
So they are thinking that disputes are that much big. If the things will not be in their favor, they'll not continue. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, regarding this, so it also depends on the dispute we have. It can be it can be regarding pitching to the companies. It can be regarding to company handling. Anything can be specific to anything.
It can be anything. You are presented with a situation. Now tell me, how will you handle it?
See, if they are like they want you to leave the team if the decision doesn't come in their favor.
Yeah.
So in that type of situation, firstly, like I'll have to see what was the issue, have to see like what is the reason behind this issue, what is both teams' perspective. Then if the coach and heads are saying that they will leave the team if this won't come in their favor, then in that case I'd like to talk to them separately and let them understand we are here like for working for the students' welfare rather than being like running our own teams. And second thing is like I'll let them understand what a coreship is, what are the responsibilities, and what will it project from a core perspective to their coordinators and deputy coordinators.
What do you think is the long-term path for CPC?
Long-term path for Career Pathway Center. See, as the name suggests, now under the umbrella of CPC, we have ESL, we have CDC, like it comes in AS sphere only. Then the placement team. Thinking on the same ground, on the long-term perspective, it is like admin wants students not just to sit for placements, but to have careers in various sectors such as research, entrepreneurship, and in the future some other careers as well. So this is a...
Continue what we're saying. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I was saying that since now, under the umbrella of CPC, we have ESL and CDC comes in AS sphere only, and the PNI team. So on the long-term perspective, I think that the admin wants students not to just sit for placements, and they wanted to go for like research, entrepreneurship, and other career activities as well. Like not just like very specific to placements.
Okay, fine. One more question. So this year you must have seen that over the course of days, like once we enter day 4, the number of companies giving 0 offers drastically increased. So to be honest, at this point of time, we all know that outreach is not a problem. So what do you think is the problem which is stopping us from getting more people placed?
See, regarding this thing, as you said, after day 4, a lot of companies were giving 0 offers. Regarding this, I feel that regarding UG people, like we are like kind of our saturation regarding UG. Like from the AS sphere, like we can focus on the MTech people to increase the number of placements and number of internships.
Okay. So you are aware that like co-curricular sphere was about to split, and due to some unforeseen circumstances it was like postponed on something. So do you think like finance club and case club, which was about to go to co-curricular sphere, do you think it is possible in next tenure, and do you support that idea, or what is your opinion on it?
See, there are 2 aspects of it. Basically, it is regarding the like what team aims to do in IITM. Like it's not just related to the name Fin Club, Case Club. It's about the work they do at IITM. So currently, the both clubs are under CDC, the Career Development Cell, and both aims to bring their like career awareness in their both respective fields, the Case and the Fin Club. They both are working for the welfare of the students, to bring like finance enthusiasts, that they are getting resources, they are getting guidance. So they are working on that aspect, not the proper tech aspect. So that's why I don't think it should go under COCAS.
So co-curricular is splitting into ESL and other things. So don't you think it's better to handle by a co-curricular sphere secretary than academic affairs secretary?
No, like see here these clubs are meant to like bring awareness regarding cases, like regarding case, product, consult, finance. So this is not like teaching students how to do finance. This is like what is finance.
One point in your manifesto which I like is IITM based research internships. So I mean, just walk us through what is a plan of action, and who and you have written Dean ACS feasibility. Tell us exactly what did the Dean AC tell you?
See, regarding Dean AC have told me that me as an AS
No,
is
first
a
explain the point.
see regarding this we have this research labs of various companies here. We have RBC DSAI, WSAI, we have FedEx, we have Walmart, and AlphaGraph is also coming. So regarding this, since we have all this around our campus, so my aim is to streamline the process of internships towards these organizations within INSTI, like during SEM. Like it can be projects, it can be internships. And regarding what I talked to Dean AC, see, this is a very big issue. Like this is a very big initiative. To carry on this, the plan of action will be like, see, me as an AS, they are those people who work in those organizations at the research labs. They're not very answerable to me. So to do this initiative, I have to take help of admin. And what admin plans to do is like Dean AC has told me they will take initiative regarding this, and like the action will be like they'll be conducting a meet with the upcoming AS after this elections, or like whoever is taking up the initiative, that to the people who are there in all the research labs. Basically, they're research heads. Very similar to what we do in research park. So we have a person like initially that helps us to connect with
Excuse
other.
me. I request the audience to not make noise.
Yeah. In RP, we have a person that helps us to connect with other companies there in RP. This is very similar to that. And see, from this, I wanted to like bring projects for also like, and this will increase the actual industry experience of a student at IITM, the internship experience.
Okay. All right. I have a question related to SLC. Okay. So, how do you propose a rule book amendment? What is the procedure for proposing a rule book amendment? And please note it's an amendment.
Okay. For an amendment, rule book amendment, firstly, whatever changes I'm making, I have to like making two documents, what was earlier, what was now. Then presenting it to my standing committee, the AS standing committee. Then taking it up to the SLC. Then voting will happen there, and based on the voting, the amendment will pass or...
So who will take it to the SLC?
The standing committee, and speaker will moderate that session.
Thanks for that. All right. So if at all, let's say you have to bring a bill and you have to bring a resolution. What is the difference between the two?
Like regarding resolution, it's more of a general student perspective, or like some issue is happening regarding that, some idea is we want to do something for the general GSP, so that will be a resolution.
Okay.
Bill thing will be like we wanted to do changes in the rule book, or some, like not the rule book, sorry. Bills basically what we like bills and resolutions are very like I'll be doing it with my sphere.
Okay.
So within the sphere it will be like bill, and if it will be regarding general GSP pertaining to the normal students, it will be resolution.
Okay. So just to clarify, no, that's not what bill and resolution is. A resolution is a proposal that aims at directing admin to do any activity which has no control of the student. An example of resolution that we had this year was the P grade resolution. An example of and a bill is a proposal that is under SGAO. Do you know what is the full form of SGAO?
No.
Okay, SGAO is Student Government Associated Organization. So anything related to SGAO comes under the formulation of a bill.
You didn't read Constitution.
I read.
It's clear.
Okay, so is rule book amendment a resolution or a bill?
Rule book amendment is a bill, not the resolution.
Okay, correct.
Okay, so
One small announcement. 7:20 will shift.
Yeah. So that is what I'm saying. Before we move on to the questioning by the course, I outside of your manifesto, just tell me what all committees are you a part of?
Board of Students, BAC Board of Academic Courses, DWC, Steering Committee of our CPC, BOCPC, Senate.
Steering committee of?
The CPC, like Steering Committee for Placements.
Okay. So just explain me briefly in one line. What do you think is the role of Academic Affairs Secretary in each of these committees?
See, to represent general students. If you ask me in one line.
No, go committee wise. Committee wise, one line. Okay. Not more than.
BOS, Board of Students. Their AS will represent general student opinion along with the SGS. So that is a general student perspective. Whatever is happening in the BOS.
So in BOS only AS and SGS are
no,
there?
all EC. All EC.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. Regarding Board of Academic Courses, there everything will be happening around academics. The introduction of new courses, what professors are trying to bring, what are the curriculum changes. So that thing will be happening, and there apart from it, apart from BAC, then comes the LAC Library Committee, where the proposal of the books that has been taken from the professors that will be approved by the librarian and then taken. So there also in LAC also AS is there. And then comes the DWC, Disciplinary Welfare Committee. Then that is a disco, like a cat disco thing. So there AS will be there, that everything that is happening with the student. So in general, to represent student.
So you're telling in IDCS AS will be there?
No, I am talking about DWC.
Okay, so what is your plan of action to improve the placements for the new MA batch students? Like this year their placement was very low. So how do you think you'll improve their numbers? If you want to improve MTech numbers, you are including MA also in that, because MSc they'll go into the education sector. Yeah. Where will the MA students go?
Yeah, regarding the MA HS1,
the 2-year.
The 2-year program, yeah. Regarding the 2-year program,
5-year as well.
The integrated MA is 5. The normal MA is 2 year. The integrated MA is 5 year. Regarding normal MA, they do their internships at after 1 year, and the placements the 2nd year. So first plan should be to increase the internships so that we can have more PPOs and more numbers for both of them, integrated and MA and normal MA.
Did you talk with Samhita for how to what is the plan of action for MA placement team?
I'll just have a follow-up. What are the core positions does an MA person go for intern or placements?
The core they apply for. In general, most of the HS and most of the MA, they go for consultancy. Like for example, execution bodies are there, legislative bodies are there for those things. They can be
terms of
economics,
internship and
English,
placement.
development studies.
Okay, fine. We'll move on to core questioning then.
Spirit questions. We'll have one question, one person, then a round, then we'll again come. Yeah. No follow-ups, okay?
Okay. So,
No. You ask one person.
One question, then we move on to the next.
Sure.
Hello, Siddharth.
Also, be
hello.
precise with the question. Be precise with the question. Be precise with the question.
Can I start with a general note? I will ask my question after that.
It should be less than a minute. If then.
Yeah. So, can you just tell me your credentials in the placement team? I don't want about the other things. Just for placement internship team, what are your credentials?
I was IEEE core. I am an IEEE core, ASEC core, and placement coordinator. And regarding AS sphere, academic sphere, I was AMC mentor.
Okay, so you have mentioned in your feasibility that around 150 companies pay their company fees. What is the number of companies who pay their fees? I want that number. How many companies came on day one? I want that number. And what are your plans to increase or decrease the number of companies over there? And my third question is, why is there no mentioning of anywhere in about the credit policy in a manifesto or in a feasibility? And what are your plans about the credit policy in the next year?
First of all, we were having around, like for day 1.1, we were having around up to, I think around, we were having around 40 to 50 companies for just the day 1.1, and having offers around 250. And for the 1.2, the companies are around 27, and the offers are around 100.
Just tell the total number of day one.
Total number of day one firms, it's around 80 to 85.
Next question.
Second part. The credit policy one, right? The credit policy one.
How many companies pay the fees?
See, that fees is around 10,000. I have mentioned there around 15 lakhs. So it's.
His question is how many companies pay the fees?
How many companies pay the fees? You have mentioned 150 in your feasibility. How many companies actually? You are the portal core, right? Only
See,
the portal core,
apart
and
from
I
the
know
companies that we onboard, very less number of companies pay the fees. But this number has been taken, like this 15 lakh and the number of company. This has been taken in consideration after talking to the office and the current academic affairs secretary.
Okay, so you didn't need my feasibility at all because I can't see there at all in your feasibility.
See,
report.
I have been told that total revenue from the companies is 15 lakh. That's why.
The number of companies you didn't answer.
Okay. Come. Next question. Next question.
Hi, very interesting manifesto. Thank you for putting in the effort for that. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a question about your vision. The first point, actually, when you mentioned that you wanted to elevate placement and internship experiences to make them more meaningful and impactful. Just want to understand something here. Do you mean to say that as of right now, these placement and internship experiences are not meaningful and impactful?
See,
and I also just want to understand if that is what you meant, how do you actually plan to change that?
See, I didn't mean that the current placement experience is not meaningful or not that thing. So whatever issues I have seen this time, this is regarding Word, that I'll try to remove those issues from the next time.
Next question. Yeah, go ahead.
So my question is regarding your manifesto point, like empowering core placements through structured test series for core roles. So can you estimate the number of students who are interested in core roles and the number of companies which are coming for core roles? And also, can you give a timeline where you will be fitting all this in? Because, and you also mentioned that you will be taking help of the professors. So can you give in details like how will you implement it in a detailed, like maybe a bullet points to that?
Okay.
The timeline and how you're going to go about it. And also adding to this, people did not attend the mock test for non-core itself. Like none of them attended. We were struggling so hard to get students attend this mock test. So how do you ensure that these people use it?
See, the very first question was how we'll be doing this, and like you asked me like how many students set for course. So in general, from say we have a department of 100, like from in general like 20 to 25 people only like go for particular core. That thing is there. The second question was like how we'll be doing this, like the questions part and how professors will be related. So regarding this, I'm planning to do this with the help of CDCR and with the help of GATE. Our certain professors make questions for GATE exams in IIT. So I'm planning to let them do this thing. Like basically that will be a consultation type thing only. We'll be curate questions from the previous GATE exams and we'll take just a consultation from them. Yeah, this regarding. See, regarding core GATE exam is very much related, I think so. So every course we do, like Every course we do that will be asked in GATE exams. This is very similar to what we do in 11th, 12th and asked in JEE Advanced. That is same thing.
That is true, but when you come to companies and the roles that are there, it changes, right? Like if you come to non-core placements itself, everything is different. Consult is different from SDE. SDE is different from quant. So in core also everything will vary and everything is not required. If you see structural in my department,
that's why
it's different.
professor's role comes in, like to streamline. For example,
professors are more oriented towards research.
I agree.
And
I agree to that
how
point.
does industry come in place here? Like companies, are there enough number of companies which will require this entire system? Like how is it feasible? Because in the entire pool of 2,000 students who are sitting for placements, how many students will be sitting for core is the first question. In that number, how much time are you putting into this? Like how does it go? Is it even feasible to come across with this? There are already core resources existing. I hope you know that.
So your question is it feasible or not?
Yeah, coming to that.
Can I answer
Yes, it is totally feasible, and how I will make it feasible is that I told with the help of GATE exams, with the help of professors. Now you ask me question like in a department also it can be very specific. Someone is let's take the example of your department. Someone is doing something in manufacturing. Someone is in structures. Then regarding this, that's why I mentioned the professors' help there to curate their mock tests.
Hello. Basically, I was a T5E podcast producer before my second year. So I've done podcasts, and I just saw Insti Fun Days, which was again one more. It was already present and done by ex-Evolve coordinators 2 years back. So I want to know a few things about it. One, under AAs, which team gonna do it? One. Second, what will be your budget? Because it will take money to have a mic and every other setup done. Third, how will it impact your sphere? Because IPR in general conduct a lot of talks for students for core non-core placement, and the department also conduct a lot of sessions for that. And so what will be your impact for that? Yeah, this is one. This is again, I don't know I have a follow-up or not. Again.
Let him answer.
Sure.
Yeah, can you start with the very first question of yours?
Just ask
Let's go question by question.
Yeah, first question. Okay. Can I go? Okay, so the first question is again, which team under Academic Affairs Secretary will handle this podcast?
Okay.
When there is already a T5E podcast existing.
Yeah,
but that is not functional at the moment. And in AS sphere, it will be the AS Executive Committee in collaboration with the IITM TV.
Okay. Next question. Yeah, we can have a round. We can have a round.
Yeah. The second part. What is your total budget for this? Okay. What is the budget for this? And if it's with IITM TV, where is your feasibility from the upcoming IR secretaries or outgoing IR secretaries?
I have mentioned there clearly. Like I have taken feasibility of IITM TV head.
Again,
IR secretary also have taken, but more that. But I require the help of IITM TV. I'll be using their resources.
Once again,
taking their help.
Feasibility in the sense, can you explain what?
I have written in my feasibility report that I have taken.
Can you explain here?
You have just written feasibility.
Feasibility of like conducting it, like the mics one that you asked, the editing part of the podcast.
My point again, I want to know if it's IITM TV, it's IITM TV property, it's an International Alumni Relations Secretary's property, right?
Correct.
Again, it's in your point, and I see nowhere the feasibility from an IR secretary, incoming, outgoing, nowhere I'm seeing it. So in that particular, yeah.
Like for that point, I have clearly mentioned that IITM TV head. So if those heads are ready to collaborate, I don't think like the IR secretary will intervene and say no collaborations. I don't think that will happen.
If an IR secretary says no, then it's a no.
Okay, fine. Just a single clarification.
Is very small.
Just a single clarification. I'll just give the same clarification. When IPR was coordinating with ARC, we had to keep Lakshay and Rohan in check on what's happening here. So a secretary deals with secretary, not with a spearhead.
Just a small clarification.
But in my case, I have taken.
Just a small clarification from my side. If the INDR secretary says no, ITM TV head does not have any authority to say yes to you. Okay. So you should have taken feasibility.
Okay, we'll move on to next question. Be very precise. That question.
Hi, Chan bhai. Amazing Soapbox. Keeping it pretty informal from my side. Under your manifesto of SDC and clubs, there is a point on structuring preparations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a feasibility. You have mentioned that you want to include all the resources which you are having in a repository. How is it any different from what we are doing now?
Yeah.
Because, let me give a backdrop of the whole thing. Because currently there is a skill issue among the students regarding the preparation, which we have seen by companies giving 0 numbers offers in a lot of cases. Now, if you're putting things in a repository, we are doing the same thing again and again as of previous year. Can you, I'm expecting a lot of clarity on this answer, maybe not going about round and round on these things. Yeah.
The first thing is the compilation of resources and representing it. My point of mentioning this point was regarding that, the compilation of resources, giving to the students. Here I was not connecting it with the skills issue, the placement numbers. So, and this is regarding the CDC website. We already have a CDC website, but CDC's name has been changed. The data we have, the last data we had on CDC, that website is, the archives are fully updated, but the data testimonials is of 2015, the last updated one. So I want to revamp that.
Wait, no follow-ups. No follow-ups. No follow-up. Next question. No, we have a very less 5 more minutes for you guys. So.
Yeah, Siddharth, first of all, you didn't take funding from me. I don't know you really care about Aero placement team or not. And we don't have that 2 or 3 crores, so I am the only responsible person whom we should take funding for it. But okay, leave it.
See, can you repeat? The last line.
I'm saying that suppose IPR have 4 cores, IEEE have 2 cores. You may take some 3 cores, you may exclude 1 core. I'm saying you may.
Can we be specific to the question? No. Can you ask the question?
I am asking. Yeah,
rather than a comment, but I still answer it. Your comment.
Okay, leave it. Already asked.
No,
my main question.
When I asked for funders from you, you was like, bro, you did so much work. But I will.
Bro, if I show you proof, it will be exposed.
Okay, we'll move on.
Small clarification. We should not dive into personal chats or anything. We'll move on to next.
Next question. Who wants to ask?
See, but telling it in personal and then asking it as a question here, that is wrong.
Siddharth, how do you rate your placement code tenor? This is a sub-question. Wait.
You want to answer?
See, rating it around 7.5 to 8, I'll rate.
Okay. Meenakshi, next question. No, one question per person. Next question.
This is my... Just a minute.
No, you can't ask.
No,
next
Siddharth,
question.
a lot of people are not satisfied with your tenor and they think that your internship was one of...
Next question.
So I want to just kind of continue in the vein which Lakshya asked. So he asked, if you'd approached me and, okay, besides keeping all of that aside, last year when Lakshya was contesting, he had come to me as well as my previous core to understand the condition of our department, and considering the student body is changing for us and there is a lot of change going on right now within how the student body is being governed, as well as considering that there's a lot of change in the team structure as well as how to cater to the students right now. So to understand that, Lakshya kind of came to us and spoke to us about it. So since you have no idea about that, how are you planning to understand the concerns of each department equally, and considering they're all under you, how are you going to address the concerns of each department equally? 1 plus 2, HS is generally, second part of the question. Plus, the second part is, how are you going to ensure...
Precise.
Yeah, how are you going to ensure that HS students aren't discriminated for their, program and are given equal opportunity along with other technological students for non-core roles?
Okay.
Before that, we'll take one last question. The next question will be the last question.
Regarding HS students to non-core, regarding HS students going for non-core profiles, I totally feel that they should be given chance. And regarding this, what we can do, as a recruiter perspective, they won't see that that someone, for example, let's take an example of a non-core profile such as data science. See, I completely agree that an HS, MA, integrated MA people can excel data science because it's more of a statistics. You guys have economics, mathematics, and a little bit coding. The data science part. Like on that note, if the resume is having that much thing, so we can definitely pitch that resume to the recruiters to open it for the HS people. Which
How are you going to ensure like you're going to take care of the needs of each department?
see, we'll be having teams under me, like we'll be having course, like separate course for each department. Through them, through DPCs, we'll hear the issues.
Samhita.
So this is like if a general student body from a department comes to me and raises an issue, it totally depends on issue, like what issue she have. Specific to this non-core placements. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. See, regarding this, like that's what I've told to current Academic Affairs Secretary also. For HS people, like the last sem, it was not like a full, like for everyone else, it's like a full placement thing. But for integrated MA people, it's not like that. Like the number of opportunities were less.
Samhita.
No.
Yeah. Just for a clarification, it just doesn't only have people who's doing econometrics and statistics.
Siddharth,
there are other people as well.
I can clearly see that you like haven't answered her question, but from my side, you need to have a plan ready for but you should have answered the question properly in terms of the plan.
This will be the last question from Spearhead side. This will be the last question.
Wait, what?
Last question. This will be the last question. Whoever asks. No. It's time. Last question. Choose among yourself. One question. No sub questions. Just one question. No long histories.
Hi, sir. This is just a question with a couple of follow-ups.
No, one question. No
yeah,
follow-ups. Just one question. Or else I'm closing it.
Okay. All right. As of right now, do you know the number of companies that interviewed students in day one?
That's the question, right?
No. I need follow-ups for this.
No, one question. That's it.
Okay. Fine. All right. Fine. The first thing, do you know the number of companies that came for day one of this process? Once you answer that, I'd like to know if you plan to increase this number. If you plan to increase this number, would you like to? If you plan to increase this number, do you think that's fair for students? Because they would probably have at least 4 to 5, at the very least, interviews per slot. Do you think that's fair to students in the first place? If you would not like to increase this number, do you think it makes sense to reach out to these companies that are not coming right now in the first place?
Okay. The answer to this question is like very vast. First of all, regarding like increasing number of companies in day one, like I know that there are already a lot of companies. Student will be having like 3 to 4 shortlists in the company, and at a moment I feel that at a moment like in a particular slot student can manage up to 2 companies easily, like 2 different interviews. If the number increases beyond that, the lower preferences of those students like left like unders, like the student doesn't go there. So that's also like a overlap thing comes in. That's why I don't want to like push all the companies to day one and all, because overlap thing will come in there.
Okay.
Siddharth, I can see a repeating pattern in all of the questions which course have asked. You haven't answered any question to the point.
Which one? Like
all of the questions.
Okay.
One question from SGE.
So like be clear in the question. You guys are asking 4 questions.
He was clear.
Team structure you didn't know.
Okay.
Okay, one question from SECC side. What are the 4 pillars of student governance in IIT Madras?
The 4 pillars, the legislative one, SLC.
Full name. Full form.
Student Legislative Council. The regulatory body, SECC. Student Ethics and Constitutional Council. Yeah, it's in council.
Is it council?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure it's council.
It's Student Ethics and Constitution Commission.
Oh, but in the document it was council.
Which document?
The one that is uploaded on the portal.
You should go back and read again. Okay.
Sure, but I'll show you also.
Then, what are the others?
Then comes the executive part, the executive council.
Then, fourth pillar.
Fourth pillar, like apart from these three, legislative, executive, and the regulatory part. Apart from it, I think a financial misappropriation committee is there.
FAC is a fourth pillar. Speak.
No, I'm not sure that is fourth pillar. I'm sure about these three pillars.
Okay, then what is last? Then what is the four pillars of governance in India?
I'm not aware of it.
We'll move to audience question. Audience who want to ask the questions, raise up your hands. In order we can. Then we can have 4 minutes of spearheads. EC also, if they can join. 4 minutes, we'll complete it.
Hello.
One by one, okay? Just ask one questions, one by one.
So, my question is very simple. What is the full form of ORM and why is it named that way?
ORM is Outreach and Relations Management.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's Outreach and Resource Management.
This is what I mentioned it in my soapbox, in my manifesto. I meant it by that way, Outreach and Relations Management, where I, everywhere, in my feasibility, in my manifesto, I've written the same thing, Outreach and Relations Management.
Okay, got it. We got the point.
How are you going to manage your own placements and this responsibility, because you were very busy for your internships when you were a core?
Saying that I was busy with my internship doesn't make sense. Basically, see, if you'll see my work, I was involved in from around 10 to 11 core tasks, I was involved in 7 core tasks. Apart from my own team of 23 people, when my own core is sitting for placements.
Next question.
There are not 11 common quotas. This year there were 16 common quotas, not 11.
Next question.
But some of them are
Question.
Yeah. So my first question is, you have mentioned about IEEE MNC. Name 5 courses that you would want to see in that IEEE.
See, the courses I would like to see in MNC will be at the intersection of mathematics and computing. We'll be having the complex mathematics courses, the computing courses, very similar to what we have in the IEEE DS. Basically, mathematics and computing is core mathematics part plus the DSA, the software part.
You just name 5 courses in institute.
See, I can
be a part of MNC. Existing courses.
I can tell the whatever I am planning for that.
Tell.
Planning to have courses which are the intersection of both mathematics and.
Tell the names.
I'm not
tell names.
I've not curated that thing.
Okay, you are in DS, no? You will have some idea of what CS department offers
DS
mathematics.
Courses, it will be MFDS, Mathematical Foundation of Data Science. Okay. It will be PRML. It will be FML, Foundations of Machine
Learning. Okay, so this will be from the computing department. What about mathematics?
It will be complex mathematics, the multivariate mathematics, we have a 3D mathematics part where ML things comes in.
Okay, fine.
Similar, one last question.
Similar question related to IEEE MNC only. So the IPR course had a meeting with JPMC and Goldman Sachs in which they were discussing about various insti things, and IEEE MNC was one thing which came in their conversation. And IEEE and one thing with JPMC and GS told that they are looking for 4-year program students. So if JPMC and GS are not interested, what is the use of IEEE MNC? Because I don't think that the quant firms will be interested in this.
See,
they aren't even that they don't even want to take IEEE DS. How will they take IEEE MNC?
See, I created this point considering in mind the upcoming demand of the skills in the industries. So I created this point keeping in mind the upcoming demands in the industries. So regarding this, we have around 14 IEEEs last time. This year, we have scrapped 2. Behind mentioning it, so when it will come as an IEEE, it will be among the top 2-3 IEEEs of the...
Clarification, what is the future? You haven't answered my question.
Like, can you repeat your question?
Basically, quant firms don't want IEEE MNC. What is the benefit you are getting?
First of all, I was not aware of that conversation. Second thing, just JPMC and JS not hiring 5-year people. On the long term also, it will hamper all IEEEs, sorry. And regarding this issue, I was not aware, so I can't...
Clarification, JPMC, GS is one part, include all of the HFTs also. How many HFTs have taken IEEE DS? I don't think there are any. Okay, fine, I'll move on to my next question because...
This is the last question.
Yeah, I can see that you are not answering any of our questions clearly. Next question is regarding the credit policy. So that was a very big step which was taken in my tenure. And I I and Priyansh and all of the course sat together and drafted the whole policy. Obviously, it's the first year of its inception, so there will be some improvements which can be done. So, answer concisely. What is your opinion on the credit policy for this year? Okay. If it's a positive opinion, what will you do to improve it? If it's a negative opinion, what were the reasons and how will you again address those issues?
Regarding this,
and answer it.
Okay. Starting with your first question, this thing is positive to me. I would like to continue this thing. Second thing, what I would like to do the changes. See, as you mentioned, this happened for the very first year here. So this will require a lot of data analysis. This year also we did in various buckets. Buckets are going to the CGPA, buckets are going to the branches. So a lot of data analysis will be required. And based on that, this year we had 160 credits for the students. So I wanted to check whether they are good number or should we increase it or decrease it.
How many incentive points were there?
160.
Incentive points.
Incentive points in general, 20 to 30 points people get.
Maximum how many?
Maximum, see, when we curated the credit policy, it will be it was more than 110.
With this, we'll end the Soapbox.
110 credit points divided by 5, that incentive points. Incentive points by the credits they will get on portal.
Okay, it's
wrong.
With this, we'll conclude the Soapbox, and I thank all the spirits, AS and speaker for attending the session. And next, we'll have a 1 hour break, and then we'll continue the next Soapbox. Thank you.
बन गए सेक्रेटरी साहब